Salutations, boys and girls and kiddos of all ages. Welcome to an episode of Posing Action Figures with Toy the Poser, where I am your host, Toy the Poser. And to all my newcomers or first viewers of this channel, I would just like to say thank you for joining us. And also, this is not your average toy review channel, for this is just a place that I like to showcase and display and pose, if you will, action figures that I have in my own personal collection. But to my returning viewers and subscribers of the channel, I would like to say welcome back, and sorry for such a long delay, but not sure if you noticed or not, but I've actually moved around, or let's just say just moved to a new location. And if you didn't notice, then I guess that's a good thing, but I plan on making a new, scene since I'm in a new location or whatever. Maybe I'm just getting tired of the old look already. However, I'm still kind of settling in my new place right now. So this current looking setup that we got going on right now is gonna be it for the moment, or at least for this video. But enough jibber jabbering. Back behind the camera I go into giant mode so we can pick up where we left off from the last videos. All right, so whoop whoop. And as you can see here on the rotating rotator, we have the Marvel Across the Spider-Verse Spider-Man India. And yes, this is another video where I basically am going to kind of rant about why I don't like or don't want movie adaptations of the comic character version, although he is basically not a live action version of him, and this is the first time we are going to get or we have gotten Spider-Man India. So I'll do it more explain to it now, but you can see on there that his name, I'm going to actually screw it up in everybody's name in this universe. So, and as you can see, he's kind of technically out of the package already, because when I was out of town and I saw him, and I was always already debating on if I really wanted this guy or not. But let's face it, I really don't have any faith that they will make a more comic accurate version of Spider-Man India. And so this might have been my only chance of getting him. So yeah, and I'm not sure if he was still regular price or not, because like I said, he's still an old figure, but he was technically a bit of a peg warmer at the time. However, the purpose here is that, yeah, I just went ahead and pulled the trigger, and I got him. So let's get him out of there and out of the package and talk more about him. Okay, so but anywho, as I was saying, he's out of the package because I had to put him in my bag, and my bag was kind of full, so I had to actually make room. So yeah, my luggage was that full of stuff, so I had to take him out of the package. Luckily, I was at least able to keep the plastic of him in it. So yeah, that's why I don't have the original package on it. So, but let's just magical poof him out of here and get it going. So magical poof. All right, so as you can see, hold on, let me set him down for a second, so I can basically do some explaining. All right, so And I think originally he didn't. He has an alternate head, but I think originally he, in the package, he came with his unmasked version of his head. So scoot this down a bit. All right, and yeah, but before we go there, let's talk about the access. Show you the accessories. He came with his masked version of himself, two alternate hands, one what you call I guess wall crawling hand. Don't ask me why. It's only one, and one fisted hand. Don't ask me why you only have one, and two gripping hands or weapon holding hands or whatever you want to call it, but which is weird to me because he can actually shoot webs. So why doesn't he have a whip hand? I don't know. So all right. And let me start by bringing in the monitor before I even put him in the cold pose, because he's basically Indian Spider-Man from Mumbai or whatever. I'll double check on that. And he he just like all alternate reality and versions of Spider-Man, well, most of them, they pretty much have the same background or origin story as the original Peter Parker from Earth 616. So let's bring in the monitor. All right, in 2004, created by, and I'm gonna screw up all of these names, so I'm gonna try to say them. Kane. I'm not gonna. Sitharman and Devajin. Okay, yeah, I tried. I'm sorry, but the created in 2004, Spider-Man India was made, and for Earth 50101. Yes, I was right. Earth 50101 is where you find the characters of Spider-Man India, and those characters consist of the Earth 50101 version of Peter Parker, which is Pavita Pravaka. You know what? Just so I won't embarrass myself anymore, because I'm not, as you guys know, my speeches and all that isn't too good anyway. So I am just going to say, oh, great. Hold on. Okay. I'm just going to say the Earth 50101 version of each character in the Spider-Man universe, because they're just alternate versions of them. So yeah, Pravaka, the Earth 5101 version of Peter Parker, and that also has a version of Mary Jane on Earth 50101. Also the Aunt May version in Earth 50101. The Earth 50101 version of Uncle Ben. Earth 50101 version of Norman Osborn. And of course, we all know that Norman Osborn becomes later the Green Goblin, of course. So yes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and just say this. Well, how about I just show you? Because once again, like I said, I'm gonna screw up the name, so yeah, I think it would be best for you just to read it. And for those who are, let's just say, unable to read it, it's your same standard version of Spider-Man where a young lad is raised by his aunt and uncle who's, basically a little wimp in school and later becomes, is gifted powers of a spider to fight the evil threaten the world. All right, so if you know the story of when Peter Parker of Earth 616, the original main Marvel Universe, got bitten on the hand by a radioactive spider, giving him the powers and the ability to become the superhero Spider-Man, or the Amazing Spider-Man, or the Ultimate, or whatever you want to call him, but Spider-Man for short. Well, over on Earth 50101, Pavita Pavaka. I said I wasn't going to try it. Sorry once again. But the Peter Parker of Earth 50101, instead of getting bitten by a radioactive spider, gained his powers from a magical yogi. He gets his mystical or powers from a mystical yogi man that gives him the abilities of Spider-Man. And why a spider, you ask? Well, I don't know. But for those who don't know what a yogi is someone who practices yoga and a range of physical, mental, and spiritual disciplines originated in ancient India. So, yeah. So, this guy, the Earth 50101 version of Peter Parker, got his spider abilities not from a radioactive spider, but a magical man called Yogi, who is, this is not him, but it was hard to find that picture of him. I actually have that comic of Spider-Man India #1, and it doesn't say the Yogi's name, nor does it really give a good picture of him. So, and I couldn't find one of him, so I just used this one. So, yeah, not the original picture of the Yogi, but the mystical Yogi turned this guy, Earth 50101 version of Peter Parker, the ability and powers to be this guy, the Earth 50101 version of Spider-Man. Whoop, whoop. And that's where my gripe starts, because, well, wait 1 second. Bring back in the monitor. Whoop. Because as you can see, instead of us getting this cool looking original version of the Spider-Man India costume, okay, we get this. All right, the Across the Spider-Verse, the movie of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, where you see this version of Spider-Man India. And although, the movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was a good movie, I'm one of those people that like especially in this point, collecting the original versions of characters. And this is a strong sign that we might not get the original version of that costume. Whoop. Okay, so let's I don't know, put them in a cold pose. First of all, I'm getting rid of this, head because and putting on the mask. Not because I like it better or anything. It's I don't know. I don't know. I might put it on later because I'm gonna set up a diorama with all the Spider-Mans in it. So I need as many different versions of Spider-Man that's not the original version of Spider-Man that I can. So address, you know, his his range of motion is really crappy. I mean, I like the size of him though because the in the comic I think he's only supposed to be like he's a short guy like 5 inches, 5 feet 5 inches or something like that. All right. So the size of the figure is not bad. Like I said before, I'm gonna switch out, which I might not because he comes with this little yo-yo, or Indian yo-yo or whatever. I don't know if it's a name for it. I'll look for it later or in a second. But yeah, in the movie they gave him a yo-yo. I don't know why. Because he does not need that. He can shoot webs, so why didn't it does look like it's on a web, whatever, but yeah, that's just ridiculous to me. But I'm taking this hand off so I can at least give him a wall crawler hand. And oh yes, I guess if you want to call this an accessory, he has that little time traveling thing, or whatever you want to call it, wristband. I don't know if he travels time or just dimension jump with it or something like that. I don't know, but he has that on his hand. And I think that I could just take it off. Let me see, because he has a bracelet that's also a separate piece. So I guess if I want him to be more comic accurate, he can have that. But later on in the story, he does get something of that nature, I guess, in the comics. But yeah, so, but Jesus, this little thing is kind of comic accurate, I guess, but it doesn't look in it. So whatever this thing is called, a sash or this little rope belt or whatever that's around him, I don't know. But like I said, let's cold pose him as much as I can, and this is, I don't even know what the funny thing about it is that this is cool, and he has a joint inside of his leg. His pants, because he doesn't have a swivel here on his thigh, a thigh cut, what we call it. And so they put the joint here. So, but yeah, should I put this little goofy? I don't want to call it goofy. I don't know if it's a Indian toy or not, but I just want to see. So hold on for a second. And on the rotating rotator in this cold pose, which he was actually pretty easy to pose. So, but no matter what, always heat up your figures before, when you take them straight out of the package, if you can. And I found out that, or I double checked, or I didn't see a different name for a yo-yo in India opposed to one in America. So I guess a yo-yo is a yo-yo, no matter where you go. All right, so yeah, and as I was saying, just like the original Earth 616 version of Spider-Man, Spider-Man India of Earth 50101 has the same abilities for the most part, except that originally his the original Spider-Man does not make his own organic webs, where thus Spider-Man India does. Everything else clings the walls, superhuman strength, durability, agility, enhance speed, things of that nature. Even has spider senses to alert him of danger. So that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, we got Spider-Man India, but the movie version of him, and which, like I said, I mean, I have very little hopes. Well, maybe I shouldn't be so look at the glass so half empty, because it is a Spider-Man character, and one thing Marvel does like to do is make different version of a popular character, or give them in different costumes and stuff like that. So fingers crossed, maybe one day, if health and good fortune leads me to see forward, bring me forward into the future, I will get we will get the original version of Spider-Man India. But until then, this is what we got, you guys. So, I mean, I'm sorry. Like I said, not a big fan of movie adaptations of, comic book characters, because I don't know why they just won't just make them look like the original. But who knows? And apparently, yeah, there is an explanation. I think the guy that voices the Spider-Man India in the movie, the voice actor for him, he explained the reason why Spider-Man India is using a yo-yo as a weapon instead of just regular web. So yeah, if you care, you go check that out. I didn't even care to see the explanation. I just know that it's not what I wanted, and I don't like it much. So let's get them off the rotating rotator and give you a little quick size comparison. All right, so coming in at 4 inches tall and representing the 1/18th scale of action figures, it is Michelangelo from the Viacom Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle wave. All right, so which in 1/12 scale, according to the original, I guess, what do you want to call it, description of what a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle would look like in real life. This is actually accurate 1/12 scale. So, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so And representing the average 1/12 scale figure, we have, whoop. All right, we have Stan the Man, my main man, Stan, Marvel Legends Stan Lee action figure with different shoes, of course. But he still stands at a exact 6 inches tall, the average size for a 1/12 scale figure. Okay, and coming in last but not least, representing the 1/10 scale action figure, we have, whoop, the McFarlane Toys Batman Returns. I think Batman action figure. I can't never remember which version of Batman is supposed to be, but it's not the thing because I gave him did a head swap on him and for reasons, but he still stands at an exact 7 inches tall, which is the average size for the 1/10 scale action figures. So, and I wish I had my ruler. I can't find my ruler right now to give you an exact size of Spider-Man India here, but it's under that. Okay, with the barking dogs, that only means one thing. It's time for me to close this out. So, guys, back to your places. Whoop, 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 whoop. And that's it, guys. So, Pavater. This is strange. Okay. PP? No, that's stupid. How about just Spider-Man? Works for me. Well, cool. Until then, my friend, see you later. Whoop. And same for you guys. Thanks for stopping by, and see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.